Let's take you to the Free State, where the Independent Electoral Commission is gearing up for voter registration. The province is one of the country's strategic regions when it comes to voter registration turnout. And Ziniko Mhlaba is standing by to tell us why, Ziniko, but also inform our viewers in the Free State about what they need to know about what's coming up this weekend.
Well, the Free State province is strategic in terms of ensuring that not only young people, but people of all ages are ready to go out there and register to vote tomorrow. You'll also understand that it's one of the provinces that has some differences in terms of voting patterns between local government elections and the general elections. So you also understand that when it comes to its geographical make, it has a metro center such as where we are now in Mangaung, and one of the biggest cities in the country, Bloemfontein, but it is also home to rural villages, as we know that the Free State is one of the many provinces that has a mixture of the urban, semi-urban and rural settlements. So it's very important because it encompasses all those factors when it comes to having to reach all those areas as soon as possible. Understand that now we're just under 24 hours before citizens of this province are able to go out there and register to vote. But let's get a sense of how ready the province is, especially in regards to all those dynamics I just touched on now. But we're actually at the Rock Center, where the provincial IEC is able to operate its own, or is able to manage its own operations here in Mangaung. That's where they'll be administrating, monitoring the progress and how things are going on the ground. So that's going to be taking place tomorrow. Let's bring in the provincial electoral officer, who's going to give us a sense of how ready the province is. Say, one of the most important things when it comes to this particular province is the issue of rural development, farming areas as well, because we know that this province is a farming community as well. So in terms of reaching out to those communities and ensuring that they do have access to services of the IEC when it comes to voter registration, how ready are you in regards to those factors?
Well, I could say we rely heavily on our relationships with various stakeholders, especially those that deals with agricultural issues or farming communities, like Free State Agricultural Union. We have a strong relationship with them in terms of us being able to access their farming communities, talking to the landlords in those various farming communities, and be able to go and register them. And before we can even go and register them, we are there with our voter education programs, educate them on democracy development, educate them on balloting when that time comes, and voter education in general.
Yeah. So talk to us about the dynamics now when it comes to the numbers when you compare the numbers between local government elections and the general elections. Usually at the local government there's a lesser turnout. So what makes the Free State province special when it comes to those discrepancies in terms of voter turnout between these two groups and two types of elections?
Well, we're not special. It's actually national trend. It's basically international trend, where you'll find that for local government elections, turnout tends to be lower than national provincial elections. It's an international trend, and we are not special insofar as that is concerned. We also have our fair share of having a lower turnout during local government elections. But as we approach to 2024 elections, we are hoping for a higher turnout.
Yeah, the issue of targeting young people has been, a key message that IEC generally has been driving in terms of trying to reach young people so that they're able to come out and vote. From your province's perspective, what have you done in terms of accessing young people where they are?
Well, it's not a question of what we have done. We are still doing it. We engage with youth constantly and consistently. We go to where they are, tertiary institutions. We have programs that are designed specifically for tertiary institutions. We have programs that are designed for school. We go to schools. During non-election years, we are at schools. We have digital hubs like the Botshabelo Digital Hub. We go there. The social clubs, youth organization. We design a number of programs for them, making sure that we go where they are and we speak their language.
So now, talk to us about special measures that are targeting centers you think are going to be very busy and might have greater turnout to compare to others. What measures have you put in place to ensure that in terms of resources, in terms of the working of equipment of your staff, they do not run out of any important, crucial tools they need to use during those operations? Do you have any specific regions, and what have you done to ensure that you are ready for any eventualities?
Well, we can only beef up staff, that is for registration purposes, where we feel that there are going to be a higher turnout for registration. We beef up our staff. For now, we allocated 3 persons per voting stations. But there's nothing that stops us from taking 1 or 2 people from stations where there's no high volumes of people turning out, to go and deploy them to areas where there's a high turnout to go and assist.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Mr. Chairman, giving us a sense of how the situation is here in the Free State Province as they gear up for the voter registration day 1, which is tomorrow here in the Free State. And of course, they are managing all their operations from the Mangaung Rock Center here in the province. Back to you, Dudu, for now.
Ziniko, Mhlaba, thank you very much for that report.